Greetings, classmates and professors. I was watching a small series on Netflix the other day. It was titled When They See Us. These boys are also known as the Central Park Five. I don't know if any one of you ever watched this series, but personally, when I watched it, I felt a lot of different emotions. My emotions range from being mad to being afraid to being sad. It's about five young black boys who were illegally interrogated and then forced to confess to a crime they did not commit. This took place in New York in 1989. 1989 was really not that long ago. These young boys spent 6 to 13 years in prison. They were trapped behind those bars, and for some, they were even emotionally and physically assaulted. Their childhood was completely destroyed. The government did nothing to protect them. The government failed at protecting these young boys. Yes, they received a little cash in the end, but it was nearly enough to cover the damage that was already done. In fact, what amount of cash in any life would justify the wrongdoing these boys went through? You see, when I think of justice, I think of peace. I think of genuine respect for the people, by the people. Has our country ever believed in justice? Will our country ever believe in justice? Let's talk about Trayvon Martin, a 17-year-old African American boy who was fatally shot in his back for walking to the store to get Skittles and an Arizona tea. This happened on February 26, 2012. There was no evidence showing that Trayvon Martin was ever the aggressor. President Barack Obama said, "If I had a son, he will look like Trayvon Martin." He also called for the case to be investigated according to the biography.com editors at the biography.com website. It's scary when the president has to step in and say, yes, we need to do an investigation. And then we turn around and an all female jury found the killer not guilty. Where's the justice in that? Trayvon Martin could have been your son. He could have been my son. He could have been your brother. Trayvon Martin actually could be any one of us. Here we live in a country where we say justice a lot, but I don't know if we know what justice really means. Where was the justice for Sandra Bland, who was allegedly found hanging in her cell after she was illegally pulled over for an error to change her signal light while she was trying to get over? And then 3 days later, they found Miss Bland in her cell, hanging. Now, there's a video out there, and it shows how the cop was very rude from the start. He did not give her any type of leeway. He did not show her any type of respect. He brings her in. They arrest her. And then now, 3 days later, she's found hanging in her cell. Now, Miss Bland was driving from Illinois to Texas to start a new job. Why would any woman getting ready to embark on a new career commit suicide? Especially over a traffic ticket. But were there justice for Miss Sandra Bland? No. The cop who shot Sandra Bland was fired for arresting her, but he was acquitted of all charges. They never did a thorough investigation deeper to figure out why. Where was the justice for that? You know, our our judicial system needs to be reconstructed from the ground up. The rate of wrongful convictions in the United States is estimated between 2 and 10%, which may not seem like a lot. But the prison's estimated population is 2.3 million. So that's a lot of people that is sitting in jail. That's a lot of innocent people that are currently sitting in jail. What do we do? How do we fix this issue? I think it's time for us to stand up as one. We're all are truly created equally, and that's how we all should be treated. We deserve to live in a country that is fair and that is not biased, that is not prejudiced. And we should be able to be treated as such. From police brutality to false imprisonments and to death, when will it stop? All of these behaviors and tragedies will continue to happen until we stand up and say enough is enough. And until we do that, maybe tomorrow it might be my time to go. Maybe it might be yours. Who knows? God forbid it's your son, your brother, your sister. We never know. Let's stand up and let's treat each other with respect. Let's treat each other with kindness. And let's do our very best at protecting ourselves, our families, and our country. Because after all, we're all one big union created for the people, by the people. So let's stand up and fight for everyone.